Now, what came next for Big Mac? Well, after his retirement in '01, nobody really heard from him. After he was named Sportsman of the Year with Sammy Sosa, and after that magical 1998 season, nobody knew until a couple years ago when steroids came into play.
In his baseball career, Mark McGwire was able to defy conventional wisdom, getting better with age. Now we know how he did it. Steroids and human growth hormones helped make him a home run king. His admission confirms what many had suspected for so long, what pictures made hard to ignore. Here he is with Jose Canseco in 1987 when McGwire won Rookie of the Year with the Oakland A's. McGwire played 151 games and hit 49 home runs. They were called the Bash Brothers, and it was years later that Canseco blew the lid off steroid use in the locker room, making him a pariah among players. McGwire says he first used steroids between the 1989 and 1990 seasons. Here he is in '89. Take a look at him in 1990. He says he returned to steroids after the 1993 season when he missed all but 27 games with a serious heel injury after being told steroids might speed his recovery. Here he is in 1995. In 1996, he's looking more muscular, his thighs more defined. In 1998, McGwire was a baseball icon, Big Mac, with a Paul Bunyan physique and a home run swing that made fans come out to the ballpark early to watch batting practice. His race with Sammy Sosa for home run record swept the nation. McGwire won with 70, breaking Roger Maris's single-season home run record. In 1999, he hit 65 home runs. 2000 and 2001, his stats fell dramatically. When he retired at age 38 in 2001, he played 97 games that year and hit 29 home runs. He was hired by the Cardinals in October to be their hitting coach. Myra Lopez, The Associated Press.
Glory days, well, they'll pass you by, glory days, and the wonder of the young girl's eye, glory days, glory days, glory days, yeah, they'll pass you by, glory days, and the wonder of the young girl's eye, glory days, glory days.
I've never had that problem, and being retired and out of the game, I couldn't even think
Never had
about
a problem of seeing your colleagues use drugs?
Pardon me?
Never had a problem of seeing your colleagues use drugs, steroids, and so on? Is that what you mean? I don't know what you mean by you never had that problem.
Like I've said earlier, I'm not going to go into the past and talk about my past. I'm here to make a positive influence on this.
As part of your training routine, in addition to Andro, which was legal at the time that you used it, what other supplements did you use?
I'm not here to talk about the past.
No,
Mr. Kemp,
I did it on health purposes. I mean, if you look at my career and injured 93, 94, 95, 96, I was a walking MASH unit. I told my dad yesterday when I finally had to tell him about this. I remember calling him in '96. I was so frustrated with injuries. I wanted to retire. So he's the one that told me to stick it out. And at that time I was using steroids thinking it was going to help me and help me. It was brought to my attention that it was going to help me heal faster, make my body feel back to normal. I mean, I was a walking MASH unit. It doesn't feel good when we have teammates and people walking by saying, he's injured again. There's not a pill or an injection that is going to give me the hand-eye, or give any athlete a hand-eye coordination to hit a baseball. A pill or an injection will not hit a baseball. The wear and tear of 162 ball games and the status of where I was at and the pressures that I had to perform and what I had to go through to try to get through all these injuries, yeah, is a very, very regrettable thing. And I wish it never came into my life, but we're sitting here talking about it. And I'm so sorry that I have to. And I apologize to everybody in Major League Baseball. My family, the Marises, Bud Selig. Today was the hardest day of my life.
Right before a game, we would load up our syringes and inject ourselves.
There's absolutely no truth to that whatsoever.
That's not true.
Absolutely not.
Why do you think Jose would say that?
He had to sell a book.
So that didn't happen in the clubhouse?
Absolutely not. I couldn't be more adamant about that. Here I am in a situation where I have two scenarios where a possible prosecution or possible grand jury testimonies. Well, you know what happens when there's a prosecution? You bring in your whole family. You bring in your whole friends. You bring in ex-teammates, coaches, anybody that's around you. How the heck am I going to bring those people in for some stupid act that I did? So you know what I did? We agreed to not talk about the past. And it was not enjoyable to do that, Bob. I'm going to tell you right now, standing up there or sitting up there and listening with the Hooten family and the other families that were behind me that lost their loved ones. And every time that I kept on saying, I'm not talking about the past, I hear these moans. It was killing me. It was absolutely killing my heart. But I had to do what I had to do to protect myself, to protect my family, and to protect my friends. Anybody that was in my shoes that had the scenarios set out in front of them would have done the same exact thing. I'm not here doing this for the Hall of Fame. I'm doing this for me, to get this off my chest. I played this game of baseball because I was given the ability to play. If I'm lucky enough to get in there, that's just icing on the cake. But I played this game because I loved it.
He used to make headlines for hitting home runs, but that pales in comparison to why Sammy Sosa is getting our attention now. Sammy Sosa Light. Yeah, we don't get it either. But this is how the former Chicago Cubs star looked as he stepped onto the red carpet last week at the Latin Grammy Awards. Check out this shocking photo that shows Sosa's skin much lighter. But a former Cubs employee and current friend of Sosa's said that while she thought the photos of Sosa were a body double, there's no need to panic. She tells the Chicago Tribune, he's not trying to be Michael Jackson. He's going through a rejuvenation process for his skin. In fact, she says Sammy was surprised when he saw the photos himself. Good thing he's a man comfortable in his own skin.